Christmas morning is both savory and sweet. So I thought, if I'm gonna make a pastry dough, let me make it a few ways. Pastry, it's a light and fluffy, eggy pastry that melts in your mouth when it's done right. First, I'll make a savory one, and then I'm gonna want dessert, of course.
This isn't like a breakfast that you're gonna have like before you go to work. This is like, we're gonna be in the house all day, we're gonna be like watching football, opening presents, hanging out. Let's make something amazing.
So let's talk the dough. Here's how you make pastry. First thing you do is turn on the heat under the pot. Okay, now we're gonna go water, butter. Now I go ahead and salt it now, big generous pinch. Pastry is really amazing stuff. There is so many things you can do with it. It's basically a roux that you beat eggs into, and you bake it off. So as soon as this boils, I'm gonna dump in all that flour. We're gonna cook this down. You don't want any lumps. There we go, and see it just kind of turns into a nice paste. Right, so what you want to do is you want to cook this down until the dough forms a ball. All right, so it looks like I got a really nice pastry. You know, the dough is grabbing itself. It's not really coming apart anymore. We want to mix this until all the steam stops. As soon as the steam stops, we can add eggs without fear of cooking them. Okay, I think we're almost out of steam. This is the tricky part. There's usually a certain number of eggs that a recipe will call for, but in the case of pastry, you want to add eggs until it looks right. But when it looks right, I'll tell you. So let's start out with the first egg. One at a time, guys. Don't get too excited. You definitely need another egg. Not yet. Still too stiff. What you're looking for is spokes. We kind of have spokes, but they're a little ragged. I'm gonna say one more egg. Now, you see how it falls, but it still holds its shape? That's ready.
One of my favorite savories you can do with pastry is a gougere. This dough is already delicious. Add a bunch of cheese to it, come on.
Okay, for the gougeres, got a bunch of shredded manchego. Dump it all in here. I'm gonna save some for the top. Mix that around real good. Let's get our cheesy pastry into this bag. Okay, so I got a sheet tray. Hold the bag still, and then give it a whoosh. So the technical term for this is whoosh, pipe, whoosh. Shake some of this stuff here. Put that cheese on top. So, pastry bakes hot. So you're gonna bake this stuff at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. Then to dry it out, you turn it down to 375, bake it for another 15 minutes. All right, so while our savory gougeres are in the oven, my pastry sans cheese goes into a waffle iron. Just gonna pipe pastry right into, just like that. Okay, let's see what happens. So you pipe in your pastry and then you wait for the beep. I'm gonna turn this because I'm gonna get us. Okay, let's see. Oh man, look at those.
Yeah, it's always funny when people see me doing savory. They're like, what? You're a cake guy, you make cakes. I'm like, yes, I make cakes. I also make sausage.
Let's make some mini breakfast sliders. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this cheese down to be the right size. I mean, it's Christmas morning, so you want this to look good. So we got this chorizo cooking. Chorizo is a delicious sausage. And then the quail eggs, they're not the easiest thing in the world to find. They're really fun to cook with. And they look like dinosaur eggs too, don't they? That looks nice. I'm just gonna cut these gougeres in half. First, we're gonna go down with the bottoms. Next is gonna come our little sausages. These are wee little quail eggs. A little bit of greens. I'm gonna take a little bit of this chipotle aioli, and that is a Christmas morning breakfast. The only thing that can top that sandwich is dessert. This is homemade cinnamon roll ice cream. That's gonna go right on top, just like that. So I made dulce de leche for my sundae. Got some whipped cream, a little cannelle right on top, and then fouilletine, basically crushed up ice cream cones. A dough this good and versatile, it's like a present on Christmas morning. For this holiday recipe and more, go to foodnetwork.com/DuffSweetSpot.